Live. So, we finished watching the Microsoft E3 press conference. And we watched the show. We had some some thoughts that we wanted to share with you guys. And we just kind of want to give you our thoughts, right? It's kind of like an after show of, what we think about Microsoft's E3. So, I saw the conference, Wolf, and I thought it was very, very underwhelming. And we're going to explain why it was underwhelming, right? And we're not trolling, we're just speaking the truth, speaking our minds and just being very honest about it. We're not trolling here. We're really, being honest. Anyways, I saw the conference and it was underwhelming. I thought it was absolutely unacceptable. The only new exclusive that Microsoft announced, and what I mean exclusive, it's like Xbox One, Windows 10 only, was Ori and the Blind Forest 2. That was literally the only new exclusive that they announced at their E3. Everything else was either timed, and I guess Forza 7 was a new announcement there, but that's not really saying much. Everybody expected a Forza 7 to be announced.
Yeah.
But everything else was either multi-plat, a PC port that's timed, and that's it. They announced backwards compatibility for Xbox, for OG Xbox, which is a cool thing, Not hating on that. And they unveiled the Scorpio. Everything else was literally multi-plat. And I thought that was unacceptable. I think it's crazy to hear, but I think Nintendo, with their 25 minutes of E3, I think they're going to have more announcements, more exclusive announcements than Microsoft. And, there was this term that was being thrown around all the time that was exclusive. What was it, Wolf? Can you, what was it?
Yeah, it was called console launch exclusive. Xbox One console launch exclusive. And the more and more I heard that, I don't know, I started to cringe a little, because I was starting to think, what could this mean? Could that be equivalent to what Sony say with console debut? Or do you think this is like a 1 month exclusive, 2 month, or 1 year? They didn't really explain it correctly, Phil Spencer did say that we're going to have 46 games to show, and 22 of them will have console exclusivity. So when he meant that, I guess that's what he meant. All-time deals with a lot of these indie developers, especially with these PC ports that that were shown on the Xbox stage. And come to find out, now all this time, you, me, and Kratos, and the Big Jet Boss, we were thinking that this new Metroid Exodus game was actually, Metro Exodus was an Xbox One Windows 10 exclusive. We thought that was a legit console exclusive. And I actually was thinking that, and I gave him props for that. I gave him credit for that. But okay, they got themselves a good-looking game, and it looks really, really good, But come to find out after the show, a guy on the comment section actually said that it's coming to PS4, and then I also found out through the websites. I think PushSquare.com. They actually confirmed it's coming to PlayStation. So I was like, holy shit. So what did they really announce exclusive wise, in terms of anything new and anything surprise? I guess Forza 7 is a new announcement, and then we're talking about something that we didn't know about. But the thing is, we know Forza comes every year, so it's not really a surprise. But in terms of a surprise announcement, like you said, Cervantes, all we had was Ori and the Blind Forest 2. That was the only exclusive announcement that we got from this press conference. And, if you're a casual gamer, you most likely enjoyed the show. If you don't care about exclusives or whatever and this and that, then you probably enjoyed the show. It was a good show if you're casual and you don't care about exclusives. But if you're a hardcore gamer, and you care about things like that, you care about exclusives, then I guess, you're going to be disappointed. Everybody is completely annihilating Microsoft and Phil on Twitter right now. I'm looking at my timeline and, Xbox are getting clowned left and right now. It is what it is. But I try to be hopeful. I try to be optimistic, and I was thinking maybe they could really go hard with the games. They could go aggressive, but it just didn't turn out to be the case, man. And for that reason and that reason alone, I'm kind of disappointed. But at the same time, when you look at it from a casual perspective, it was an okay show.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
No, Microsoft's show, bro, like they had plenty of games that they showed there, but us as a community, we're looking at it from the standpoint of what exclusive content is Microsoft bringing, what exclusive content did they announce? And it just wasn't there. It wasn't
yeah.
there. It was
No,
completely
I just said
lackluster.
I dot 28. He just said that, look, I'm a hardcore gamer and I don't give two shits about exclusives. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's you, but here's the thing, though. When I mean hardcore gamer, I mean like console enthusiasts that buy consoles for exclusives. That's what I meant by that. And I guess they didn't really show much exclusive wise, man. It's pretty unfortunate. And they showed Assassin's Creed that looked good. They got a few good marketing deals in there with like Shadow of War, Assassin's Creed Origins, and there was a few other multiplats here and there like Anthem that looked really really good.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
really feel like that. No, I really feel as though Microsoft should have. They really should have locked that game down in some kind of way. Even make it a timed exclusive, something. Because that will be the sort of game that will make somebody go out and buy an Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do give Phil credit for showing games like Dragon Ball Fighter Z, or whatever you want to call it. That Dragon Ball game by Arc System Works, that was a good game. And that was a great announcement to make on stage. I'm giving Phil credit for at least showing some of these Japanese games like Code Vein on the big stage. So I'll give him props for that. But everything else, it was more to do with 4K and power, And at the end of the day, I think the only W that Xbox have over PlayStation right now, with the way things stand, is that they're going to have the better looking multiplats. They're going to have 4K games. And another one thing, Savant, is I just recently found out, is Gears of War 4 is going to get a patch, a free patch, when the Xbox Scorpio launches. And I found out that it's going to get a 4K patch on the campaign and the multiplayer, but it's going to be 30 frames per second on the campaign. So it's going to be 4K 30 on the campaign. And I was thinking that this may well be a 4K 60 patch. So I'm kind of disappointed right there. Which begs the question, is it worth $500 just for 4K? Because you're not going to get the extra frame rate. At least what they could have done is give us the option for a 1080 60 or 4K 30.
Yeah.
I wanted a 60 frames per second campaign, and they never gave it to me. Or even a 1440p 60 frames per second campaign. We didn't get that either. So, I don't know, I'm kind of disappointed, man. They never really explained whether they're going to give us a graphical setting. Like, at least with the Pro, I could give them credit for, is that they give us the option for some of the games, like Neo, Knack. I don't know what else. There's quite a few of them out there that give us the option. The Rise of the Tomb Raider, and those are just one of many. A few of many. So, yeah, man, like that whole 30 frames per second thing kind of, made me scratch my head a little bit.
Yeah, all that extra GPU power and it's 30 frames per second. That's kind of like, because here's the thing, man. They've been talking about power literally for a whole year now, haven't they? So, to come out and even the content that they showed, man, like, I said this on our reaction video stream when we were watching the conference. I didn't really see the teraflops. I didn't really see the extra 2 teraflop, advantage there. I really didn't see anything that look. I mean, I guess the game
Here's
Athens
the problem.
looked
No, but
pretty.
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, Cervantes. Didn't mean to cut you off there.
Yeah,
You're not gonna really see that advantage when you're looking at a stream.
yeah.
Maybe if you look at it natively, it could be a whole different thing. So I'll give him a benefit of the doubt there, at least.
I gotcha.
You
Yeah,
know,
we
if
haven't
you understand what I'm
really.
saying.
I gotcha, man. But you know how, like, you know when the Pro was revealed, when when Sony was unveiling the Pro, and they were literally trying to actually make you see the difference and all that. I didn't see that with
Yeah.
Microsoft, man. You know how Sony were showing you videos without the HDR and with the HDR, and just trying to like showcase it a little bit. I didn't really see Microsoft do that, man. Like they should have like done a better job to show, like, hey, look, these textures look better. Look at that Halo 5 that you played in 2015. It's gonna look so much better now, or some shit.
And so far, in terms of the holiday lineup, or if you're talking about this fall, the only games that are confirmed right now as the way things stand is Forza 7, Cuphead, and Crackdown 3. Those are the only games that are confirmed. The rest of it is just going to be a 4K patch for older games, and yeah, that's about it. And a few of the marketing deals that Microsoft have with Assassin's Creed. So so you're telling me it's acceptable to not really have that many games at the beginning of this year, because you and I can both admit, and people in the chat could also admit, and I've said this many times before when I was going a little bit savage, that Xbox were dry. You know what I mean, for the first
Yeah.
half of the year. And come to find out that they're only gonna have like 3 games by the end of this year. I don't know what to say about that, man. I am very disappointed in that aspect. I'm not saying the show was completely dog shit, because it was a decent show. They showed games, but a lot of it was timed and a lot of it was indies. But I think things like Minecraft in 4K was really unnecessary. I think showing a whole walkthrough of Sea of Thieves for like 10 minutes, that was also unnecessary. No, I'm not saying, I'm not trying to be a fanboy or anything like that. I just think we've seen Sea of Thieves enough already.
And enough of Minecraft.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like we've seen Sea of Thieves in 2015 when they unveiled the new IP. 2016, last year, with the whole cringe reaction thing, which was blatantly fake. You could just see it from their facial reaction. It's like you could tell that it was all scripted. And then today, it's like how much times are you gonna try to push this game? And I was hoping to see something new from the Coalition. I was hoping to see something new from 343.
Yeah.
And I do remember 343 actually teased something for E3, if I'm not mistaken. They said we're gonna be at E3, and we're gonna have an announcement to make, and that's what they said. They said there's gonna be a little surprise. But 343 didn't even show up. So what's going on with their first party right now? They really need some first party studios, man.
Yeah, man. They really need to invest.
I'm saying this as a gamer who loves the game. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no fanboy stuff, I really want them to go strong. I really want them to really hit it hard, But it seems like I don't know if you want to call it playing it too safe. But man, like, they need first party studios, and they need it fast.
They need just games, period. Yeah.
No, but they had the opportunity, and they still do have this opportunity to, acquire IO Interactive, and all potentially own the Hitman IP. They can do this. They had the opportunity. Do you remember when THQ had that huge garage sale, and they were just selling off their IPs? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
They could have had Saints Row as an exclusive. They could have had something like Darksiders 3 as an exclusive. They could have even had the WWE license.
Yeah. That's
There's
pretty
so
big.
much things they could have had, but I just don't know what they're doing, man. I'm not saying it as as a fanboy thing. I'm just kind of concerned right now, on where the brand is heading.
The faith of the brand is definitely on the floor, man. It's like we don't know what is going on anymore with this brand, bro. Like it's just like, bro, I'm telling you, man, I really just don't know what the hell Microsoft is doing, man. Like, just you come up with Ori, like, where's the future lineup? Like, how? It's just they're not really doing a good job at making people think that Xbox is gonna be around for a good time, for a good while, man. It's just, I don't know, man. It's really bad, man.
As someone who was only an Xbox gamer for a large number of years, I feel very upset. Like genuinely, I feel a certain way about it because I was hopeful, I was optimistic. I was thinking maybe they've held everything back and they're gonna unleash it today. That's what I was thinking in my mind all this time. And then I was hearing all these other rumors. Square Enix are gonna, they're gonna announce an exclusive, or they're gonna have a game showing. It turned out to be Life is Strange 2.
Yeah. Oh my God. And I thought they were gonna. I thought that they actually were going to have, because I was hearing all these rumors about Borderlands, about what is it? Ninja Gaiden, a Square three Square Enix exclusives, and this and that, man. But it was all just not true, man. Not true at all.
I heard rumors about Borderlands 4 being Xbox One exclusive. I heard rumors about the three, like you just mentioned, the three Square Enix games being exclusive on Xbox. And I heard about that Ninja Gaiden, and it didn't turn out to be that way, man. All these rumors, man, it fell flat.
Yeah, they fell flat on. I think even the price is a fail, because everybody was hyping that shit to be up $3.99, and it ended up being $4.99, which is, I think, a fair price. It is a powerful console. It does 4K streaming, 60. It records in 4K 60. It's got more RAM. It's gonna be a powerful console, definitely, but everybody was expecting more competitive. It seems like they're
gonna get a lot of support from third party on that console. It seems like they're gonna get a lot of support. Like Bethesda, they just tweeted out that a lot of their games that they're gonna be showcasing at their E3 press conference, which is very soon. It's in a couple of hours. They're gonna be showing all their games on the Xbox One X, formerly known as Scorpio. So it's pretty. And yeah, EA also gave a mention of the Xbox One X at last night's E3 at their press conference.
Yeah.
So all the games like Madden, FIFA, NBA Live, and many of the other IPs, it's going to support the Xbox Scorpio, which is pretty cool. They're going to have Final Fantasy 15 supporting the Scorpio in 84K, so that's pretty cool too. But here's the thing though, man. We wanted to see something new. But one thing I will give them props for is the OG Xbox. That was compatibility. Something that I did want, even when I was an Xbox only gamer.
Yeah.
It was something that I was asking for, and they delivered, man. That's pretty cool. It's a great fan service to all the OGs out there like myself, because I'm gonna always have respect for that console. I'm always gonna have respect
for the OG. Same
Xbox.
here, man. Even though I didn't own one, the OG had a really good library, man. Had really a strong lineup. That was when the Xbox brand, like, you had to respect it, man. Because even though it was getting destroyed by the PS2, it still hold its own. It was still pretty big. So yeah, man.
They had a lot of exclusives, bro. Like every time I used to go to the store, and this is the time when I was a PS2 only gamer. So every time I used to go to the store and I used to see a game on Xbox, it always said only on Xbox. And I was like, oh man, I'm so bummed out. And that's what kind of made me buy the Xbox, because there were so many games on there that I really wanted to play. Like the Jet Set Radio Futures, like the Panzer Dragoon Alta. Like there were so many games out there that I wanted to play, and I ended up getting the console, and I had a blast playing it. A very innovative console. But one question I do have, and I've asked Phil on Twitter. I haven't really got a reply because I'm sure he's kind of busy doing interviews with a lot of journalists. That I want to know if this is going to have achievements. Like, if they're saying that it's going to have like some kind of HD upgrade. Some of these OG Xbox games, they're going to upscale it in some kind of way to make it look better and make it run good. But my main question is, will it have achievements? And if
Yeah.
it does have achievements, by just putting in the disc and then they're throwing a patch for achievements, man, that would be awesome. That would be so damn cool. What do you think, Cervantes, man?
Yeah, I think it's cool. It's cool. Microsoft on the services side and on providing like backwards compatibility. That's all good, man. That's good. Good, goodwill. Trying to give Xbox gamers more options. Making Xbox almost 100% fully backwards compatible with everything Xbox related. I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
At the end of the
That's
day,
a W right there for them. I consider
yeah,
that a W. Anyway.
yeah, it is. It's fan service. It's good.
Compared to some shit like
PS
PlayStation Now,
Yeah.
it shits all over it, and that's a fact.
It is what it is.
I don't sugarcoat anything.
Yeah, man. No, it
Now,
does, man.
Could you just imagine, right? Sony announced that, hey, you could put your PS1 and PS2 discs inside your PS4, and there'll be a little patch, and you could get trophies on your PS1 games. Could you just imagine how awesome? I could imagine like PlayStation fans going crazy about that.
Yeah, and getting platinums for games
So I
the
wouldn't say
classic.
I don't want PlayStation fans to try and knock Xbox fans over celebrating that very announcement, because that's a really cool announcement.
Yeah,
So
it
I'll give them
was.
full credit for that.
Yeah, man.
That
It
was like,
is. Mhm.
that was like one of the top highlights for me at this year's E3.
Yeah.
And I know people will be like, oh, but why you want to play old games? I like retro gaming. I like playing old games. That's just me. Sometimes I even go back and play my Dreamcast. It's just it kind of depends on the type of gamer you are. And this feature for the OG Xbox, it makes this console fully backwards compatible, like you said, and it makes it truly an all-in-one system.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. See, on the flip side, though, even though I give full credit for it, I'm playing new games, man. So even though it's something that's respectable, I'm not trying to knock it in any way. To me, it just doesn't hold much weight, man. It's really good, but to me, it doesn't hold that much weight because, I'm just simply stuck and looking forward to playing new games. I'm looking forward to the games that are coming up in the future. So I don't have time to be retro gaming. There will always be time to retro game. That's just me. That's just how I feel about it.
But then again, yeah, I get it. That's you. But
Yeah.
like I said before, and again, it also depends on the type of gamer you are.
Yeah.
If you like to play, classics, if you want to play them old classic bangers,
With
then
achievements,
the
yeah.
option is there. Yeah, the option is there for you if you want to play an old banger. If you want to play the newer bangers, that's also cool too. Any banger from any generation, you could play it on your Xbox and your Xbox One X, which is pretty cool, man. So that would be like, I don't know if you can really say that saved their E3. It was definitely a highlight and it was definitely a great announcement. But as far as exclusives go, it was a little bit underwhelming in that department. But they did show games. I give them that. They did show games.
They did show games, man. A lot of them, they had a lot of time deals, and a lot of those games were like PC ports and all that. And that's why I said in the beginning of the stream, the only new announcements they had was Ori and the Blind Forest 2, and then to surprise to no one, Forza 7. To me, that's just unacceptable, man. To me, you know what that shows me, man? To me, this conference...
What's that?
It's to me, it's possible, like they were like forced to have a conference, man, but they didn't really have the content to actually have a conference. It was more like an obligation, man, because to unveil Ori is one of those games that you can announce in Twitter and you just announce it all of a sudden.
Oh man!
Like I know that sounds insulting, bro, but Square Enix does that. They announce like a couple of games
Like
over
the city of
Twitter.
Final Fantasy or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that got announced, and I consider the City of Final Fantasy to be a bigger game than Ori and the
Then
Blind
Ori.
Forest, bro, because that's just a 2D. I'm not trying to knock it. I'm sure it's a good game. It's got really, really good reviews, but come on, man.
Great
Like,
art
that's
style,
not.
beautiful game.
Yeah, it's just not a game that holds that much weight. You know, it is what
You're
it is,
basically
man.
saying it don't really belong on the big stage with the likes
No,
of a
they
Forza or Crackdown.
they could announce it at E3. They could, but I just don't think that they should like depend on something like that, you know?
No, I don't have a problem with Ori being announced at E3. I don't have a problem with that. My problem is that they took way too long with games like Shadow of War. That was at least a 5 to 10 minute freaking showing that they had of that, and a
Yeah.
little walkthrough of Sea of Thieves. That's like 20 minutes right there gone. You know what I'm saying? And within that 20 minutes, you could have squeezed at least double or triple or even quadruple the amount of games with a time frame like that, with 20 minutes. But instead, you showed like 2 long walkthroughs. They kind of pulled off an EA in a way, because the last 30 minutes of EA's press conference the previous day was just Battlefront 2, the
Yeah.
multiplayer. And it was a 20 to 25 minute multiplayer match. And I felt like that was so unnecessary. And then you had like guys like Golden Boy and then Justine doing the commentary with a developer like it was some kind of esports competitive match. I'm like, bruh, I ain't trying to see any of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they didn't really show enough of Crackdown 3. Like,
Yeah.
it was just a little trailer and that was it. And that game is meant to drop on launch, when they launch the console, November the 7th.
Yeah. And it got
Now, my only
less screen
concern right
time.
now, my only concern right now is you're launching this console on November the 7th, right? And you're going to have Crackdown, which is, like I said, it's not a new IP, but it's a game that's going to be with the console. Then you have Forza, then you have Cuphead. It's not looking good this holiday season
Yeah. And
for
Sea of
Microsoft,
Thieves
man.
isn't coming out this year, right?
Nope. State of Decay 2 ain't coming out this year either.
That's crazy. Even though it was unveiled in like E3 2015, the game's still not coming out.
But I pretty much know what they're gonna do. I could picture it already. They're gonna go around saying that this is what they're gonna market. They're gonna market the fact that, hey, all the multiplayer that are coming, they're gonna be played best on Scorpio. That's what they're gonna say. It's gonna look better on Scorpio. Call of Duty, World
Yeah.
War II, better on Scorpio. Destiny 2, better on Scorpio.
Yeah.
You know,
But even then, they can't do that
that's how
because
they're gonna try.
Sony's got all the marketing deals. Oh my god.
No, but they could tweet about it in some sort of way.
Yeah.
They may not have the rights to do TV commercials or whatever, but they could still tweet about it.
Yeah.
They could do
They
some
just
kind
can't
of like viral
advertise
marketing
it.
and everything.
Yeah.
They could do some kind of trust me. There's always ways you could bypass all of that, and Microsoft have done it before with Destiny 1. They bypassed it and somehow they turned it into like some kind of fragrance ad. A new fragrance by Xbox, Destiny, and then when you click on the link, it will take you to like the pre-order page and everything. So they were still advertising Destiny, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they're gonna do the same thing again. And yeah, they're gonna have the better multiplats. I'd admit that. And those of you that are into graphics and resolution, I guess Scorpio will be a great console for you. But if you're into exclusives or having exclusive content with games like Destiny and Call of Duty, then, or even Red Dead Redemption for that matter, then I guess getting the Pro is something that would make more sense.
Yeah, man. I agree.
So what would you pick? Would you pick resolution, or are you gonna pick content? It's all totally down to you.
It's just gonna be the content, man. That's the most important thing. Absolutely. And it is what it is, man. Yeah, they're gonna have a power advantage for those select few people that buy that
into
console.
that kind of stuff.
Because at $500, man, there's gonna be that rush of people that buy the game. I mean, the console at launch. But at $500, man,
Let me
it
be
ain't the
honest with you,
mass.
Cervantes.
Yeah.
I am not gonna buy the console at launch because I remember what happened when I bought the Xbox One at launch. I
Yeah.
bought it for full price. I bought it for 500, and then straight after that, it didn't even take too long. They dropped the price.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not only the fact that they dropped the price, they also gave like an extra game, an Xbox Live, gold card subscription and all that kind of stuff. So they gave you all these extra perks along with it. So like, I don't know, man. Whether to buy it day one, man. There's always a disadvantage when you're a day one buyer.
I like how small the console is, definitely. But outside of that,
It's a
man.
great looking console, man. It's a beautiful looking console, man.
Oh
There's
yeah.
that sleek kind of design, I kind of get that Apple vibe when I look at that console.
Absolutely, yeah.
Definitely sleek. Whoever designed it is a complete genius. I was
And
kinda
it's
hoping
water
that they have
cooled
it in white,
too. It's water cooled.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll
Yeah, I
have
was
to wait
hoping
and
that
see,
it would come
man.
in like a different color as well. Like give it to me in white or blue or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess black is okay. I guess they wanted to separate that with the 1S. They didn't want to make it look too
I
much
think
like
it
the
should have been
1S.
a dark blue, man. I think that would have been a better color. Like a dark blue.
Or
Be pretty
aqua
nice.
blue or something.
Yeah. But anyways,
Or even a
man,
red.
I think the Bethesda conference is gonna be starting soon, man. So I think we gotta start tuning in for that. I think we've already spoken our minds when it comes to the E3 press conference for Microsoft. I was very disappointed. I know I made a video on my channel. I think it was my last video, and I said that I wasn't expecting much from Microsoft. But then after hearing a couple of like rumors and all that from Microsoft, like a Ninja Gaiden and Borderlands 3 and exclusive Square Enix game, and hearing about the Scorpio being like $399 and this and that, and just me using just educated reasoning. Hey, Microsoft's launching a new console. Maybe they might have a good lineup of games at E3, because they have to sell their console. But none of that happened. None of that came true. And, I think
Yeah.
that there's
And one
really
thing
no
I wanna-
denying that conference was just underwhelming when it comes to providing exclusive content. It was still a show that had games that that we wanted to see, period. But as far as the exclusive content, as far as the things that we want from Microsoft as a publisher, it was definitely underwhelming. It was bare bones. I'm not even sugarcoating that. It's bare bones, underwhelming, mediocre in my opinion. But yeah,
I hear you. I hear you perfectly, man. I understand where you're coming from with that.
any final thoughts on that before we wrap this up, Wolf?
I don't know, man. It's more of a question, Cervantes. Like, do you think they might have like held back some of their games for like a potential Gamescom press conference or something like that? You never know, with these people.
Yeah.
Maybe they're trying to, have a conference like in Germany. Maybe they're trying to save something for Tokyo Game Show. Who knows?
Yeah. Let me answer that question. So in my personal opinion, I don't think so, man. I I really don't think so. In fact, the Gamescoms that Microsoft was present at, I don't remember any new unveiling. I think all the unveilings were done at E3, and then we saw like extended footage at Gamescom. I think the biggest piece of news that happened at Gamescom at one point was that Rise of the Tomb Raider was a timed exclusive. I think that was the biggest announcement from their Gamescom. Outside of that, it wasn't. It was more like a
This is like a
continuation.
what if, right? This is like a what if. What
Yeah.
if? Now, knowing the fact they got the feedback, they thought maybe 4K multiplats would kind of like do it for them, but obviously the people have spoken. A lot of people are disappointed and everything like that.
Yeah.
Maybe they took all of that in, and let's just say, for instance, this is like a what if, by the way. This is a
Yeah.
what if scenario. what if they come to Gamescom and just like what they did with the Rise of the Tomb Raider, right? They make a game like, let's just say, Anthem exclusive.
That could be pretty big. That could be pretty big if something like Anthem was exclusive. I think that'd be pretty huge, man.
Like make some kind of like desperation move and say, hey, you know, we've locked down Anthem, and the only place you can play Anthem is on the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X. I guess, you know, you never know. Because I remember when they unveiled Rise of the Tomb Raider at E3, they just called it World Premiere, and that was it. And people, you know, a lot of people thought it was a multi-plat. You know, and so did I, because the one before that was a multi-plat. And then come Gamescom, they just, you know, all of a sudden announced that, hey, this is exclusive. I remember Phil Harrison coming out. He's no longer there, so... But yeah, I remember all of that. So, something similar could occur at Gamescom. You never know.
Yeah, it could. I guess it could happen, but Microsoft...
We're in the industry where anything can happen at any given moment.
You know, I hate to sound negative all the time, right, when it comes to this, man, but Microsoft, what they have shown right now is more like, how should I put it, like, they're in a position right now where they have to do, where people just don't believe believe them anymore. They have to actually see it happen. So if they do announce that they're going to be at Gamescom, you know, and that happens, then, hey, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But in my personal opinion, man, I don't think we're gonna see nothing, man. That's just me.
Well, if like I said, a lot of people are saying that they see, like, if anyone on the chat can confirm if they're gonna attend Gamescom, I'd really appreciate it, because I've been hearing from multiple people that they're gonna have a conference at Gamescom. And if that is the case, then they may have some announcements there. I don't know, whatever happened to Halo Gravemind? Apparently that was meant to be some Halo Wars 2 DLC or something like that. So like we didn't see any of that. We didn't see any announcement regarding that. So I really don't know. Maybe it was fake, that whole leak. But it looked legit to me though, with the promo, you know, pictures and shit. So it looked legit. So I don't know. What do you think?
Okay, my bad. I'm in this boss fight, man. What was the question?
No, I'm just saying that you remember that Halo Gravemind.
Oh, Gravemind. Yeah.
See, I know that I know for a fact that's some kind of expansion for Halo Wars 2, because at the bottom I saw Creative Assembly, and they're the guys who made Halo Wars 2. So, you know, maybe they could have like an announcement regarding that. Maybe for free just didn't want to announce anything at E3. They made that last minute change maybe, and they may just save it for Gamescom alongside some other announcements. But I was hoping like Microsoft could kind of make amends to canceling Scalebound. You know, they can make amends, because we've been hearing about a Fable 4 or a reboot of Fable 4. We didn't see that. I remember Phil saying at one point that he's gonna make amends to Street Fighter 5. I still haven't seen that. You know, nothing against the dude or whatever, but you know, when you say you're gonna do something, you know, I would expect it. You know, he's had a while. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing the job for 3 years. And I'm not saying, you know, he's done a terrible job. I'm just saying that he could do so much better. But then again, I feel like maybe he has his hands tied, and maybe he doesn't have all the control you think he does. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Satya Nadella has a lot to do with it. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I know Phil gets a lot of heat. You know what I'm saying? Even I gave him a lot of shit. You know, I admit it. You know, I put him on blast so many times.
Yeah.
You know, I do remember I went savage on him many times, but you know, I don't know what to say anymore, man. I'm just
yeah. Well,
I don't know. I got a mixed feeling right now, and so in a way, I do feel kind of depressed. With a lot of people feeling disappointed, it makes me feel depressed too. And I don't know. I feel like I'm getting ready for some kind of funeral, man. Like, no lie, bro.
Yo.
Because everybody's so depressed. You know, the
Yeah,
only
man.
people who are defending it are the fanboys. They're the ones that are trying to damage control it. Saying, oh, no, Microsoft knocked it out of the park. Rest in peace, Sony. Sony is done, you know, PlayStation done, and all that kind of crap. So I've been seeing a lot of that on Twitter.
Yeah, man.
But, you know, there's no point, like, judging Sony's E3 until you see it. You know, their E3's tomorrow. I'm sure they're going to have a great show, too. You know. Just,
Damn straight.
You know, I'm expecting some good things from Sony as a whole. But, you know, we're going to talk about that another time, you know, after, you know, we see their press conference. But I definitely look forward to that. But is there anything you want to add before we head off?
Nah, man, I'm looking forward to Sony, and you know, very disappointed when it comes to Xbox. Shit's not competitive anymore, man. That's just me, man. I guess you can be. I guess I'm being the pessimist here, man. But I don't know, man. I just gotta keep it honest, yo. That's how I feel right now.
No, I hear you, bro. And
yeah.
you know what? You have every right to feel the way you feel. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. The way I feel right now is they could have done better. Definitely, I do agree there. I feel like they're heading to a different direction.
Yeah.
A direction where I don't know if I can get down with. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's definitely a step in the right direction in terms of all the negativity they've been getting. They're launching a new console, which is a great console. I'll never knock that console. That console is definitely fire, but it does need the substance to justify that purchase. You know, without the substance,
Yeah.
there is no point. You're not going to get that reaction. You won't give that reaction that you're seeking out to give, you know? You want that wow factor with a console that, hey, you know what, I want to buy this console for that particular game. And they haven't really given much of that. And I was thinking Metro was that game, but it turned out to be a multiplayer.
It's a multiplayer, man. That's why I said, man, Forza 7 and Ori are the only two new games.
That's why I also wanted to make this video to recorrect some of the stuff that we were saying in the stream, because you could admit, you know, we all thought the same thing. You thought it was exclusive. I thought it was exclusive.
Yeah, we just weren't paying attention.
You know, Kratos, he thought. Yeah, I wasn't paying full attention. I was on my casual mode at that point, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, you just wanted to hear a couple of things, and that was it. There was a lot of talking going on, though. That's one thing I will admit. They were talking a lot.
Yeah, we were talking a lot, man. But hey, it is what it is. That's what's going on. Anyways, man. Catch you later, man. I think we're gonna get ready to watch that Bethesda stream, man. I think they're gonna have a show,
man.
And yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, man. Those are our thoughts.
Before we go, though, I do want to say one thing. The media have been ripping Microsoft apart. You
Oh yeah.
YouTube ripping them apart as well. And you know, shit like that is really sad, man. You know, it's really I don't know, it's kind of disheartening in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Damn straight, man.
But hey, you know, when criticism is warranted, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, it is what it is. But hopefully, you know, they could come back real strong, and maybe they could show something at Gamescom and prove people wrong. We just have to wait and see, man. But
Yeah.
I do want to thank everybody once again for showing up on this stream and letting you know your thoughts. Yeah, shout out to you, White Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Look, Logan is, yeah, they were saying Xbox is dead. Dank Sands, yep, rest in peace Xbox. Logan the Darkness, Xbox suck. There's a lot of negativity going
How
on
much
right
people
now.
you got on your end, man, watching?
I had about 40 people, and now that they know we're going, it's gone down to like 30 now.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had about 15 people, but 10 strong right now. Pretty good, man. I don't really care a whole lot about views, but yeah, it was a good little... As long as there's at least 10 people watching, man, that's all good, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, man.
Well, Griffin Gaming just said Xbox exclusives on live support.
Yeah,
I don't know what
man.
to say about that, man. Like, I don't know what to say about that. I just don't want to be savage because I'm not really all for that console war stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to cause any kind of flame wars, but I do appreciate your opinion either way. Anyway, this is Iron Wolf alongside Cervantes signing out. Thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to Cervantes, my boy here. His channel, he has great content. And be sure to check out the Greatness Podcast. And be sure to check out our live reaction for Sony's E3 tomorrow. Whenever it starts, we're going to let you know on Twitter. We're going to give you updates and everything. And that's about it, yo.
Yo, that's it. Wolf
Peace.
signing out. See you guys later.
Done. I guess